Hey, welcome to another video on Expected Value Lotto, where we look at US scratch tickets and their expected values. And in this video, we're looking at the new New York Lottery $5 Extreme Winnings ticket. This is part of the January 2024 series of tickets coming out in New York. And this one is a number match game, but it plays a little bit differently than a normal number match game. So in this one, you have four separate horizontal rows. And if you win on any of these four rows, you scratch the multiplier that corresponds to the row, and you have the potential to multiply your winnings. Now here on this page, we're looking at the prize structure and odds that the New York Lottery put out on this game. Overall odds are 1 in 4.09, and it looks like you can win anywhere from $5 up to $1 million on this game. So I do like to see those $1 million top prizes on $5 tickets. So that is a good thing. Looking at the rest of the prize structure, the top two prizes just have really long odds. I mean, almost 1 in 2 million for that. I mean, how much money do they think this is? $2,500 is not enough money to have odds of 1 in 2 million. And then you've got your top prize, $1 million. Odds are 1 in 4.5 million. So really super long, like unnecessarily long odds on these top two prizes. Now we'll talk about taxes for just a second. In New York, for any prize over $5,000, they're automatically going to take out 32.82% in taxes. That's a lot of tax money, and I don't view that tax money as part of the value of a game, and so that is going to affect how I view the top prize. So instead of $1 million, I'm going to view that as $671,800 for the top prize. So with that adjusted prize amount, when you run the numbers on this game, you find that the payout comes in between 65 and 66%, and it's just too low. I mean, it doesn't even really come close to the 70% minimum that we look for all tickets. States can make plenty of money in that 70% range. There's no reason ever for a state to put out a ticket lower than 70% payout. And for New York to do that, for them to put out a $5 ticket at 65% payout, just shows how little they think of their customers. The New York Lottery is basically just, I don't know, like a huge thieving ring. All they do is steal your money. I don't know why they choose to put payouts as low as they do, but it applies to basically every price category of tickets. The New York Lottery is so much worse than every other state, at least that we're looking at on this channel. And what makes matters even worse is the 65% payout does include all of the top prizes and upper mid-tier prizes, which not many people are going to be winning, which means very few people are even going to see a 65% payout on this game. And so what we want to know is, what is the payout going to be for the average person with average luck who may not be hitting those top prizes? And in order to figure that out, we're going to subtract out the value of the top 1% of prizes, recalculate, and see what that new payout number is going to be. So looking back here at the prize structure, the separation between the top 1% and bottom 99% of prizes happens here at the $100 prize level. So, if you are just a regular person with regular luck, if you're playing this, which I don't recommend you play this ticket, but if you are for some reason, when you do win, you're going to expect to see a prize somewhere between $5 and $100. But even there at the $100 prize level, there is a split. It's about 46.54. So about 46%, a little less than half of these $100 prizes are going to fall here in the bottom 99% of prizes. And those are the ones that are available to average folks with average luck. The other 54%, though, are going to be included here in the top 1% of prizes. Now, top 1% prizes are really hard to hit. If you want to know the odds of hitting one, look at the overall odds, move that decimal point 2 spaces to the right, and you find out that it's about 1 in every 409 tickets that would have a top 1% prize on it. So you're in over $2,000 before you would expect to see even one of these top 1% prizes. So that's important information to know if you're thinking about playing this game. Now, because so few people are going to be winning these top 1% prizes, we're going to take the value of all of these, subtract that value from the payout number you saw before, and that's going to give us the payout of just the bottom 99% of prizes, where 99% of people are going to be playing this game. And when we do that, we find out that the payout of just the bottom 99% of prizes comes in between 56 and 57%. That number it's too low as well. I mean, we look for a minimum 60% here. When you get into that 50% range, to me, it's not fun to play the game. Like, it's just too heavy of a burden for the average folks. You're just losing so much of your money so fast that, to me, it's not fun. So, if you've got a ticket with a low payout, where you're losing all your money right away and it's not fun to play, like what's the incentive? There is none. So why play the game? So the New York Lottery has just wasted its time making a ticket that you shouldn't. There's no reason to play. Now here on this page, we are tracking the increases and decreases in New York $5 tickets. The Xtreme Winnings data point is all the way over here on the right, and you can see there have been bumps in value over the last couple of $5 tickets that have come out, which is good to see. We like to see those bumps in value, but there's no way that I could recommend a $5 ticket with payouts as low as these. Like all of the $5 tickets in New York are complete trash. The payouts are just so low that I mean, I don't really know how they even sell tickets. Like I don't understand how New York lottery players are satisfied with losing as much money as they are losing. But anyways, I do like to see the increases. We just need to see way higher increases. Now, if you are playing $5 tickets in New York, which I don't recommend playing $5 tickets in New York. As a matter of fact, I'm going to ask you not to play $5 tickets in New York. If you want to play $5 tickets, take a drive, go to Massachusetts. They have great $5 tickets there. But these New York tickets are all trash. But if you are playing $5 tickets in New York for some strange reason, up here in green, you have the best ticket in every category. So if you're playing for overall value, the Magic 8-Ball ticket would be the one that you would want to play. If you are playing for odds, Holiday Delight would be your ticket. If you are a more conservative player and you want to lose as little money as possible, this Xtreme Winnings ticket would be the one that you'd want to look at. And then if you're more of a high roller and you like to win a little bit more money when you are lucky enough to hit in the top 1%, plus the money would be the ticket you would want to look at. We also have we're keeping track of top prizes over here on the right. This does interest me a little that this Magic 8-Ball ticket has been out since, what is this, September? And if the New York Lottery is telling the truth and there really have not been any top prizes hit, it's way more likely to hit one now than it was, a few months ago when this came out. So that is interesting. Now here on this page, we are ranking New York $5 tickets based on overall payout. Xtreme Winnings is here in third place. It's the third best $5 ticket we've seen come out of New York. However, like I said before, like all of these tickets are trash. I would not touch any of them. Here on this page, we are ranking based on the bottom 99% payout, so friendliness to the average player. Xtreme Winnings here, number one spot as far as $5 tickets go in New York. But again, these are all just really brutal tickets for average people who aren't winning the big prizes. Now here on this page, we're comparing $5 tickets across states. And yeah, I mean, you don't see any New York. These are the top 35 tickets we've looked at among the 6 states that we're reviewing on our channel. You don't see any New York tickets on this page, which is a shame. All of the New York tickets are going to fall between this Texas ticket and the Hall of Shame Texas ticket that we have. So off the page, we can't even see where they are. So what we really want to do though is look at the top of the list. Oh, by the way, I said take a drive to Massachusetts. Look at the values of $5 tickets in Massachusetts. 76% regularly. What is that? That's 11 percentage points more than what you're getting in New York. So it's worth the drive, trust me. And then, at the very top of the list, we had a ticket come out in December in Georgia, $5 ticket, 77% payout. That's 12 percentage points. 12 percentage points more than what we see coming out of New York, and 12 percentage points is a huge amount of money. And so, especially when you consider how much money goes into making just one of these games, and one scratch game could easily have 10 million tickets that make it up. And, if you multiply that 10 million by the $5 price tag, that's $50 million that goes into making just one of these games. And is it 12? Yeah, it's 12 percentage points. So 12 percentage points difference. That 12% of 50 million, that is $6 million that the Georgia Lottery gave its customers on this ticket right here, that the New York Lottery is basically stealing from its New York players. And to me, I would be upset about that. If that was my state, I think it's wrong that the New York Lottery does that. I think it should be illegal to put out, scratch tickets with that little value in them, and especially when you're not advertising the payouts of the tickets. So shame on New York for treating its citizens, the government is treating its citizens so horribly. Shame on them. Now here on this page, these are the top 36 tickets based on that bottom 99% payout. So these are the friendliest tickets to the average player. 56% also not good enough to make this list. So you can pause that and look at it if you would like. As a matter of fact, no New York tickets are on this list. So another embarrassment for New York, the New York Lottery. Now this page gives a little bit more context to how bad the values are on these $5 tickets from New York. We have a $1 ticket. The lowly $1 ticket from Massachusetts has 69% value. That's 4 percentage points more than what you're getting on your $5 tickets from New York. So again, take a drive to Massachusetts. In Georgia, we had a $2 ticket come out in December with 75% payout. That's 10 percentage points more than what you're getting with your $5 tickets in New York. And then the best $3 ticket we've seen from all 6 states is 71% value. That's 6 percentage points more than what you're getting with your $5 ticket in New York. No cheap ticket should have more value than a more expensive ticket. That is backwards. And yeah, it's like the New York Lottery is just so horrible. And I think this page, demonstrates it well, that, $1, $2, and $3 tickets have so much more value than a $5 more expensive ticket coming out of New York. So New York should be ashamed and embarrassed about the tickets that they're putting out. Now here on this page, these are the top 36 tickets we've reviewed on the channel so far. We do have some $5 tickets on this list, so it is possible for $5 tickets to make it. We just need the New York Lottery to, show a little bit of decency and respect to its customers. And then here are the top 36 tickets based on that bottom 99% payout. So friendliness to the average player. And again, we do have a couple of $5 tickets on this list. As a matter of fact, we have a $5 ticket in first place on this list. So again, it is possible. So that's about it for the New York Lottery $5 Xtreme Winnings ticket. Just a horrible, horrible ticket that joins all the other horrible, horrible tickets that the New York Lottery puts out. I really think if the New York Lottery is going to treat its citizens like this, they ought to just shut down and cease operations, because I would shut it down. If I had the power to shut them down, I would. I think it ought to be illegal. The people who run the New York Lottery ought to be fired, and they ought to bring in some new leadership there, because it's a shame when a state government treats its people as bad as the New York Lottery is treating its people. So that's about it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.